We're going to design a place to put your snow globe that we did digitally. If you're working with paper snow globe, then what I'm going to ask for you to do is to draw a room where your snow globe would go, a room or a place where it would go. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, open up Google Slides, and we are going to change the format of the slide here so that it's more of a paper size. Let me move Squidward over here for a bit. You're going to click on File and go to where it says Page Setup. And here's where you can change the size of your screen that you're working on. So we're going to click on Custom, and we want it to be about the size of a sheet of paper. So I think I want mine to be vertical format. So I'm going to make it 8.5 inches by 11 inches. And you can see here, if you wanted to, you could change it into centimeters, points, pixels. We're just going to go with the size of a copy or sheet of paper. When I click apply, you see how it changes the format of your Google Slides. So it doesn't always have to be in a horizontal format. You can change that up here. All right, next thing we need to do is to change the layout. So I am going to change the layout so that it is blank. And now I want to think about where I want to put my snow globe. And the snow globe I'm going to use is the squid or octopus snow globe. So I want it to be somewhere underwater. So let's go to insert a photo. And we're going to search the web. And I'm going to look for submarine interior. Let's see what we can find out. Is there any interesting pictures of a submarine? Oh yeah, there's some kind of cool, interesting pictures. But I don't see really anyone that I would want to put that little guy in. So let's look up something else. How about aquarium? Okay, those are kind of cool. Um, and I want it to be a photo. Oh, we could put it here. How about that? Okay, so now here's the thing. I'm looking at this photo, and it actually would be better if I were to change the format. So if I change my mind and decide I want to change that format, I can go back to page setup, and instead we're going to make this 11. We're going to switch this to 8.5. If I apply that, now it probably will fit this a little bit better. So I want to make something that's going to surprise that little kid, I think. Or we could put it, I don't know, there's too many good choices, but let's go with this guy here. I'm going to insert that photo. That looks like a good size. Okay. So now let's go to inserting the image. I'm going to upload. Okay, so here's my little squid guy. Kind of put him, he's resting inside the aquarium. But if you look at the rest of him, of the creatures in there, they're not quite as bright as this guy because of the water, and there may be a tint to the glass in the aquarium. So let's see if we can change the format of the image. Click on Format Image, Format Options. Let's go to Recolor. So maybe we can kind of wash out the color a little bit. I mean, he fits a little bit better there. I just don't know if I like it exactly like that. Let's go to, maybe what we could do instead of that is just adjust it so that we can turn down the brightness. That's better. I like that a lot. I think that'll work. And we can also even add in, let's put in a little drop shadow maybe. Let's see here. And we can angle it so that you can see. Not really seeing where the drop shadow is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Um, you can barely see a little bit of this. Oh, that's because I have the distance out. That's kind of cool that it's making the drop shadow of the squid shape. Right, I'm a little geeky because I don't know all of the capabilities of the program, so it's kind of cool. And let's make the blur radius a little bit more so it's not quite as, there we go, not quite as distinct. So if I click off of that, that's actually kind of a cool image. So we were able to make it look like this little guy fits inside of the scene. So what I would do then is to change the title to my name, and put Snow Globe. That's 2 words. And then we could submit this. Here's another Snow Globe I did for an interior. I wanted to show this to you so you could see another example. If I move the parts off of the slide, this I used the 8.5 by 11. I had picked a color, a base color for the background that I put here, and then I searched up a table with a transparent background, so came up with this table, and then I looked up interior wall and came up with this guy here. So we can trim it by clicking on the cropping tool. Put this here. And so now that neatly fits neatly on there, and then we can put in our snow globe in front. Now you might be wondering, how did I get the snow globe to have the transparency? Let me show you that. Okay, so for each of the snow globe pictures that I had drawn, I started out with the snow globe clip art that was in your assignment. So I'm just going to quickly shut the eye on all the parts and show you this is what I started with. Okay, then what I had done is I traced over the lines of the snow globe, and then I closed the eye on that first picture. So as long as you trace it, then close the eye on that first picture, then you can make this transparent. All right. And then from there on, as long as you keep these lines up here on the top layer, you put all your other stuff in underneath. So I started with, here's the snow. I did one layer to make a little house, another layer to color the base and windows, trim on the windows, chimney and snow. Then I put snow inside of the snow globe. I used the chalk tool. And I had a hard time seeing, okay, well, that's great, but where is the snow in the background? So I temporarily had added in a layer. I put that layer underneath where the flurry of snow is going to go. And let me show you how I was able to see where the snow was. So I didn't really care how neat or sloppy I was doing of this. I just was using this to see where the snow was going to go. So if I color there, can you see where the snow is falling? Right? So if I click off the eye, this is my snow layer. That's without the snow. This is with the snow. And I had used the chalk tool I made it white. I made it super big, but I made it kind of in the middle of the opacity, so that way it wasn't going to be too bright or block out any of things that I drew. Okay, and I just did some little squigglies there. All right, and let me erase that little part there where the snow got out of hand. I don't want the snow going outside of the globe. Okay, so then when I was done figuring out where the snow went, I just clicked off on that. Last thing you would do, save as image, which I've already done. And this is the same exact thing that I had done for the squid, except for the squid, I didn't put any snow or glittery stuff in here. I just put a couple bubbles to get them started. All right, I hope you have fun with this.